Hello all, good afternoon. Welcome to Vishnu IAS Academy. Today we are going to discuss an important debate, that is a sustainable development and aggressive economic growth versus a destruction of an environment. In simple words, it's a debate between environmental degradation versus economic growth. The world, the India, is witnessing so much of growth in monetary terms. We are achieving the GDP, we are achieving GNP, $1 million, $1 billion GDP. But are we really focusing on sustainable development? Let's discuss. What is sustainable development? What is sustainable development? What UN has given the definition for sustainable development. A sustainable development is nothing but meeting the needs of current generation without compromising the abilities to meet the future needs. What is sustainable development? Sustainable development is an economic development that meets needs of a present generation without compromising the needs and abilities of future generation, in simple words. But are we really witnessing that kind of development currently? We are rapidly engaged in industrialization, rapid exploitation of limited resources, the growing urbanization, the depletion of the quality of water, the deforestation, the ozone layer depletion, and Antarctic ozone hole, and all this environmental degradation and climate change issues, the West, and everything. This kind of environmental degradation we are witnessing today. But here the question is, economic growth often comes at the cost of environmental degradation. We are witnessing the economic growth, but what? At the cost of environmental degradation. In light of this statement, examine the importance of sustainable development for a developing nation. We are going to discuss and examine here the importance of sustainable development for a developing nation. How we can achieve a development, how we can achieve a growth, the material growth, without compromising the sustainable development goals. United Nations has given us the SDGs, the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, to achieve by the year of 2030. Few of those are Sustainable Development Goal 1, that is no poverty. In the world, there should not be a poverty. Everybody should be able to afford 3 meals per day. Everybody should be able to afford at least 2000 to 2200 calories of food per day. There must be a zero hunger in the world. That is a Sustainable Development Goal 2. And everybody should have good health and well-being. That is Sustainable Development Goal 3. The quality education, it's a Sustainable Development Goal 4. So let's discuss. Do we really riding towards sustainable development or only focusing on the aggressive economic growth? Let's get into the discussion and debate now. How we should write the introduction here? We have to show in an introduction, it's a crisp, like concisely, that intro must address the development, at the same time growth, and these two factors should be reflected in the introduction. Rapid economic growth in developing nations such as India often triggers severe environmental degradation. As seen, when industrial expansions in India's Golden Corridor pollute critical river basins, or when infrastructure projects cause massive deforestation. This is the introduction. And coming to getting, like, what is the crux of the question here? Importance of sustainable development for a developing nation. So that's the same side heading. What is given in the question should be written in the body. We have to write it like economic dimension, social dimension. Next, 1 second. Yeah. Environmental dimension, these things. What is the importance of how it is important for a sustainable development? Green job creation. If you focus on the sustainable development, obviously it leads to a green job creation. What is green job creation here? The green job creation is when we are investing the infrastructural development projects in a green area, that is like green power, that such as solar power, hydropower. This all comes under green energy resources such as wind energy. When we are investing on these areas, obviously it will create a new job source, a new job potential, a new employment creation. So that is called as green job creation. Like renewable energy, circular waste management, ecotourism, all this creates resilient employment opportunities. That is an importance of sustainable development. Obviously, there are a lot of workforce is there in India, and we are not properly utilizing our workforce or human resources. So engaging in the green job creation and green investments, obviously it will give a green job creation. Okay? And resource security, mitigating economic losses, and attracting global capital, energy independence, and these are some economic dimension importance. What is social dimension? Public health improvement. See, we are engaged in the development of India. Okay? And we are rapidly developing industries for the job creation, for the sake of GDP, for the sake of whatever the economic reasons, the growth reasons. We have created what we say like pharmaceutical parks in many areas. Example, Hyderabad. But if you go to the areas of Kompally and these regions in the early morning, you will witness smoke. Very much pollution. That pollution is causing respiratory diseases, cutting out of and out of pocket expenditure of a citizens is increasing. That's called. But when we engage in the sustainable development, obviously that will improve public health. It will, at least it will not affect the public health. Next, the poverty alleviation, food and water security, gender empowerment, climate resilience. Hope you understand these points. And coming to environmental dimension, the biodiversity conservation. Recently you witnessed the protest that was erupted in the Hyderabad Central University. The government of Telangana wants to take the HCU lands and convert it into a developmental region and give it to the developmental, like IT corridor development, acquisition of those lands for the IT corridor development or whatever the developmental aspects. But what HCU has done, what the students of HCU and environmental activists have done. HCU is a home of peacocks and other many animals, birds, deers, and etc. And it's a home of 400 acres forest. If Telangana government goes aggressively on the path of development, compromising the environmental needs, sustainable development, it will affect the biodiversity conservation. So when we choose the goal of sustainable development, that will help in biodiversity conservation. The climate change mitigation, pollution abatement. We can control the pollution also. Ecosystem services and the waste optimization such as reuse, recycle. Okay, that's called waste optimization. What are the key institutional and structural challenges we are witnessing today? High initial capital. Just imagine the to install a solar panel in our house or a rooftop solarization solar panels, it is costing so much of money where a middle class man or a poor man can't afford it. So how, like the high initial capital that is required to move towards the green resources, utilization of electric vehicles on these things, obviously it is coming with a lot of economic cost. So that's the challenge we are going to face. And policy and implementation gaps and the growth and green dilemma. It's a dilemma. What the way forward? What are the measures we should take? The strengthen green finance, enforce circular economy, and promote decentralized eco innovations. And conclusion. Okay, the conclusion should be in a 3 to 4 lines. Okay, that gives or concludes all the above discussion, all the above rational discussion. Okay, for a developing nation like India, sustainable development is definitive bridge between immediate economic survival and future sovereignty. Okay, by decoupling economic growth from environmental harm, the nation can transition into a resilient green powerhouse. Okay, that is the conclusion. So, hope you all understand the question and the dimensions we should address and the crux of the question, the points we are addressed here. We are sharing you all these PDFs in the below. You can access to the model answers we have provided and understand the mains question and the answer structure we have to maintain. So this is about today's question, the model answer discussion 3, a development versus degradation, the growth versus development. Thank you all.